How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the old school Q&A summary. If you're enjoying this series, be sure to like the video and remember to turn on notifications so you get notified every time one of these is uploaded. This week, the team mixed things up a bit and had Mod Ed hosting the Q&A. And in addition to this, the team initially had Mod Kira from the Jagex IT team on the Q&A. Mod Kira was the designer and developer behind the Moss Giant demi-boss, which is currently being polled in game. You can see the full details of this boss in the blog released earlier this week, and you can find a link to that in the description. Now, let's get straight into the questions, and we kicked it off with a nice juicy one this week. Mod Aiza was asked to address the recent World 347 Deadman mode issue. World 347, a normal world, was turned into a Deadman world to account for maintenance happening on World 345. Unfortunately, the Deadman rules were applied slightly too early, allowing players to kill each other and gain experience at 5 times the usual rate. Deadman death rules also applied, causing players to lose their entire bank, as well as a chunk of experience if they died. The bug was apparently only around for about 2 minutes, and Mod Aiza confirmed that only 3 people died during this time, 2 of which were bots. Mod Aiza said that they've compensated the legitimate player with bonds equivalent to the cost of the lost items, 12 months membership, and returning their lost experience is currently being investigated. Slaz asked if the news section on the website could be turned into more of a game development blog, showing the different projects, their status, and organised information. Modsween said that an actual change to the layout of the website is unlikely because it would cost them web development time, but pointed out that there is currently an open position at Jagex for an editorial manager. Once this position is filled, it should free up the time of the community managers to write more of the sort of written content that the community would like to see. At this point, Mod Aiza mentioned that the next RevCave developer blog is finished, but he's not going to be putting it out until he has time to properly react to the feedback. Later on in the stream, Mod Kieran also hinted at the fact that this would actually be happening after Raids 2, due to the lack of resource between now and then. The chat was spamming about mobile, and Modsween mentioned that the iOS beta was extended by a week and ended today. He said that going forward they're expecting a bigger but still limited Android beta, and moving on from there they expect an open Android beta with iOS following at a later date. Mindy asked if 2200 total level worlds could be added. Mod Kieran said that he'd be open to adding these because there's a lot more people now with over 2000 total than when the 2000 total worlds were released. iStarbucks asked if the Puro store could be revamped, including a buy 10 option. Currently, it only lets you buy 1 item at a time and then the shop closes. Modash said that he would like to improve this store. He added that it's an old style interface, so it would need to be entirely recreated as an up-to-date interface. Monkey asked if seaweed spores could be added to the Master Farmer pickpocket table. Mod Kieran said yeah. Arjun asked if the Wizard in Ardi and Bert in Yanil could have a claim option for their daily tasks, and Mod Kieran said yeah. Imbued Bucket asked if boosting with garden pies results in a higher yield when farming. Modash said yes, as long as you aren't already level 99. Wild asked if when alking, runes could be used first rather than the Explorer's Ring, and Modash said easy. 2011 asked if players under 100 combat with 99 Slayer could be allowed to get tasks from Duradel. Modsween said that this makes sense as he already gives you the Slayer cape. Clever asked if the Dig Site pendant could be added to the jewelry box. Mod Kieran said that the jewelry box is powerful enough. Your player-owned house is already a one-stop shop for every teleport in the game, as well as regenning all your stats, and the chat seemed to agree. A player asked if more Eternal Jewelry could be added. Mod Kieran said that he likes Eternal Jewelry. It's very useful and it's a nice way to expand some drop tables. Stone OD asked if birdhouses could have the redundant confirmation of how many seeds you want to add removed. Mod Ash agreed that the confirmation seems unnecessary, and also suggested getting rid of the meat you get from the birdhouses. Iron A's asked if the rate at which Sacred Eel fishing spots move could be lowered. Mod Ash said that if they were changing one aspect of Sacred Eels, he would rather it wasn't the rate at which the spots move. Francis Chu asked about adding the Volcanic mine minigame teleport. The team said they've discussed it previously but would like to poll it. BTW Tom asked if you could be placed on the dock rather than the boat when you charter a ship. Modash pointed out that you get placed on the boat in a lot of places other than chartering ships, and he would prefer it's kept consistent everywhere if it was going to change. Systematic Pro asked why a shortcut in the Neve Slayer Cave has a different agility requirement on either end, and Modash suggested that this is probably just a typo. Zinka asked when we are going to get another near miss poll. Mod Sween and Aiza said that they would like to do another one, but there isn't currently resource available to make it happen. Arjun asked if the bank chest at the Fossil Island Museum camp could have a collect option added, and Mod Kieran said yes, it should have a collect option. Driftwood Barrel asked if the team could remove the gold requirements for the Shiloh Village furnace. The team pointed out that that fee is waived for players who have completed the Elite Karamja Diary, but Mod Kieran felt that this is too hefty of a requirement to get rid of that fee, and thought that it would be better suited moving down to the Medium Diary. Wilson asked if there was a reason the Herbivore does not drop Toad Flax. No one on the stream worked on the Herbivore, and they weren't sure if there was a specific reason or not. Your boy Monk asked if the Champion's Cape could get a teleport to the Champion's Guild. Mod Aiza felt that it should stay cosmetic as it was initially pitched as a cosmetic only item. It was also pointed out that the Chronicle already has a teleport to the Champion's Guild. At this point the stream moved over to Mod Ghost for the sneak peek of the week. He showed off a boss called This, which he was making for the Theatre of Blood. He'd been working on a walk animation and also showed off the scale compared to a player. Loophole asked if another King of the Skill was still in development, and Mod Kieran said that there are no plans for this at the minute, but he would like to do one at some point. Lut asked if there was any update on the Touareg hammer speed change. Mod Sween said that it hasn't gone any further at this point. The Cold One asked if a way to obtain the Dragon Pickaxe from outside the wilderness could be added. Mod Ash said that such a change would be a very big step, and no one on the team seemed particularly keen on this. Snort asked if the pest control queuing system could get a rework. Mod Ash said that it could certainly be improved, and he also pointed out that standing further north will improve your chances of getting into a game. Hess asked if we could get another priority poll, and Mod Kieran said that there's already quite a lot of content for the next 2 or so months, so a priority poll will probably follow that. Somewhat Toxic asked if we will see an extension of the Elemental Workshop questline. Mod Kieran said that that is the kind of quest that he would love to write, however Mod Ed wasn't sure if the players would be thankful for another addition to that particular questline. Mod Ed then asked the team which quest series they would most like to see continued. Mod Kieran said the Vampire questline, Mod Ash said Elves and Ardy, Mod Aiza said Desert Treasure, and Mod Sween said Elves. A chat pleb asked if the mobile banking interface could be added to the PC version of Old School. Mod Sween said that it is possible, but he thinks that the question is worth holding off on asking until a wider beta has been released. A player asked if the boss that Mod Ghost showed off would have a Slayer requirement, and Mod Ed said no. Another chat pleb asked if Vorkath's head could be used in place of the 100k fee when you're retrieving items from Torfin. Mod Ash said that he didn't give the system an alternate item feature, but it wouldn't be too hard to do. And the final question for today's summary, Prey Day the Mice asked for an update on the game integrity post. Mod Sween said that he's gone through the feedback and he's made his recommendations. He added that the death mechanics changes are still separate to that, and for those he's waiting on analysis of the data from Mod Cam. He said you probably shouldn't expect those changes until after Raids 2. And that is all for this week, guys. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, and I've edited things slightly different this week, so let me know what you think. It's just to make it a bit more consistent, I'm using a different way of doing it. If it looks worse, I'm happy to go back. But hey, I don't even know if you guys will notice. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.